We're focusing on match 18 of the Big Bash on my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPNcricinfo, the Sydney Sixers and the Melbourne Renegades. Let's pick our fantasy team with Mike Hussey. Right, contrasting starts to this season by the Sixers and the Renegades. Sixers doing pretty well. The Renegades need to pick things up. Let's go to our pro tip first up. It says at the end of 16 BBL games this season, the batting average of team captains is 37.2 as opposed to 19.86 for the rest. It seems to be a season of captains so far. So make sure you have both Aaron Finch and Dan Hughes in your 11. You could also choose to captain or vice captain one of them. Now, let's see if Mike Hussey can make sense of that. It seems like a good season to be leading your sides, Huss.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that stat, but yeah, the captains are leading the way. There's been a couple of amazing games recently. Daniel Hughes for the Sixers, what an innings against the Stars to get them over the line. Off the, I think it was the very last ball in that big run chase. But yeah, you're right. The captains have been doing well. But the Renegades probably need Aaron Finch to stand up a little bit. He's obviously a world-class T20 player. He's probably the one captain that's just bringing down the average at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you'd probably had them anyway in the teams, but that was a heck of a game to watch. Let's see if Glenn Maxwell ever bowls in the last over again this But we're not focusing on Maxwell right now. We're focusing on the Renegades and the Sixers. Player availability. First up, Josh Lillo might be available after missing out on the Boxing Day fixtures, subject to fitness. No other major changes expected for both teams for this game at the time of recording, but do check in closer to the toss to confirm player availability last minute. Let's go to our team now, and reminder on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team. 4 categories of players to choose from: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any given contest. Every player's individual credit value is listed on the app, and we'll throw in 4 substitute options for you as well. Our captain choice now is Josh Philippe. We've gone for Josh Philippe over either Aaron Finch or Dan Hughes. I'll get Huss's thoughts on that in just a second. But we know he's been very good, the keeper batsman. He's due for a big knock. And who better than the Renegades, who haven't started this season well, to back against. It's also his favourite opposition, Josh Philippe. 281 runs in 6 games at an average of over 46 and a strike rate of over 145 for Philippe against the Melbourne Renegades. Vice captain choice, Aaron Finch. Mike Hussey says he needs to step up. Now, he's been bundled. Now, the Renegades themselves have been bundled out for scores of 60 and 80 this season, and therefore you expect a lot more from Australia's white ball captain and you could say the talisman batsman for the Melbourne Renegades. He's got 340 runs at an average of over 37 against the Sixers, so expect him to get a few. Josh Philippe is captain, Aaron Finch is vice captain. They give you double and 1.5 times the points respectively, so pick them very carefully. In our top picks, Steve O'Keefe is now a regular in our top pick selections. He's been the most prolific spinner ever for the Sydney Sixers, 56 wickets in 59 innings. Expect him to play a major role on surfaces that tend to support the spinners. In his last 8 Big Bash appearances, O'Keefe has not gone wicketless, so you can bank on him on getting you some points. Jason Holder is there, the West Indies Test captain, and he was a revelation in the IPL 2020, coming in late for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and he's managed to give you points with bat and ball, so fancy that to continue in the Big Bash. Peter Hadzoglou now, another leg spinner, another spinner and a leg spinner this time. He made sure the Renegades didn't miss Cameron Boyce this season. He's been one of the impressive performers for the Melbourne Renegades so far, and he's picked up a couple of wickets in all 3 games that he's bowled. Josh Philippe, Aaron Finch, Steve O'Keefe, Jason Holder, and Peter Hadzoglou round up our top picks. Mike, Hussey, thoughts on that?
I think it's a pretty good team. I really do. I'm very pleased that you got Stephen O'Keefe in there. I think he has been outstanding for the Sixers. He's a cagey player. He's experienced. He, as you say, he just keeps picking up wickets all the time. I think, Aaron Finch is definitely due for a big score. He's been a little bit disappointing so far in the tournament, so see him step up. Your choice as captain, I think with Josh Philippe, it's a high risk, high reward. He's the sort of guy that if he comes off, he is so dynamic. He will score very quickly and get you lots of points. So it's a great pick. But he's been a little bit up and down so far this tournament. He's looked okay, but he's had the one really big knock where he's played beautifully and a couple of other little starts. But yeah, so don't get too angry, I guess, if he doesn't come off.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If he comes off, lots of points potentially. If he doesn't, that's your captain card pretty much wasted. So good luck. High risk, high reward is the way Mike Hussey's put it. Let's go to some differential picks. Carlos Brathwaite features, had a little cameo with the bat last game, but he's also been an exceptional bowler for the Sixers. He's picked up 16 wickets in 11 games at an economy of just over 7 and has gone wicketless just the once. So you could keep Carlos Brathwaite in your team if you find room for him. Mohammad Nabi the veteran Afghanistan all-rounder, the former captain of the national side, and he was taken apart by Sydney Thunder's Olivia Davies in the last game. But you can expect someone of Nabi's experience and class to fight back pretty strongly. Carlos Brathwaite and Mohammad Nabi in our differential picks. Our full team: Josh Philippe, remember, is our captain choice. Good luck if you want to back him. Aaron Finch is vice captain. Dan Hughes, could he be a potential captain choice who's safer? Riley Russo's there. Dan Christian, Carlos Brathwaite, Jason Holder, Mohammad Nabi, Steve O'Keefe, Kane Richardson, and Peter Hadzoglu. Substitutes bench sees the likes of Sean Marsh, Sam Harper, James Vince, and Ben Dwarshuis. And we're saying that Sean Marsh could replace Riley Russo in an alternate scenario. There could be room for Ben Dwarshuis too. I wonder what Mike Hussey makes of it. Any more players that you'd like to swap about or suggest to our viewers, Huss?
Oh, I'm surprised you don't have Ben Dwarshuis in your team. He's a very, very good player. He got hit around a bit in the last match, but another one that picks up wickets consistently. Left arm, good pace, can swing the ball, bowls those difficult overs as well. So when the opposition's looking to go hard. So he'll pick up wickets. I'd definitely get him in your team. Sean Marsh, he's been disappointing as well for the Renegades. So he's such a class player. You'd expect him to hit form soon. And once he hits form, he's going to be consistent. So I'd be looking to maybe get him in my team as well.
All right, so try and find room for Sean Marsh and Ben Dwarshuis as per Mike Hussey. Huss, thank you very much for your time and your thoughts. That rounds up our fantasy pick suggestions for this game between Sydney Sixers and Melbourne Renegades. Check in with team news, remember, and confirm players only in your final playing 11s. We'll be back with plenty more on my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPNcricinfo right through the Big Bash League.